Now, if you know anything about hip-hop, you know Krs One is not someone to take lightly. He's been a staple in the culture since the 1980s, and his insights are always worth listening to. But what happens when a legend like Krs One weighs in on another legend like Eminem? Krs One, also known as the Teacher, has always been a vocal advocate for the authenticity of hip-hop. His commentary often dives deep into the roots and evolution of the genre. When he speaks, the hip-hop community listens, and his thoughts on Eminem are no exception. Eminem is often hailed as one of the greatest rappers of all time, and he's had a career filled with controversies, accolades, and undeniable talent. His rhyme schemes and raw storytelling has earned him a place among the hip-hop elite. But how does his work stand up to the scrutiny of somebody like Krs One? Krs One has mentioned in many interviews that he respects Eminem's technical skills and his contribution to hip-hop. He acknowledges Eminem's ability to push boundaries and innovate within the genre. However, Krs One also emphasizes the importance of staying true to hip-hop's roots and its role as a voice for the marginalized and oppressed. First, let's set the stage. Krs One, the Blast Master, is a name synonymous with knowledge and lyrical ability. He's seen it all and done it all, from battling MC Shan in the infamous Bridge Wars to dropping classic albums like Criminal Minded and By All Means Necessary. When KRS speaks, people listen. So when he shared his thoughts on Eminem, it stirred up a lot of conversation. In an interview, Krs One didn't hold back his opinions on Eminem, Vibe magazine, and even Auto-Tune. If you remember, back in 2008, Vibe magazine readers crowned Eminem the best rapper alive in a tournament-style competition. But according to Krs One, Vibe magazine doesn't have the authority to decide who's the greatest in hip-hop. And honestly, he's got a point. Krs One said, if Vibe magazine feels that Eminem is the best thing since sliced bread, that's their opinion. Now the real question is, does Eminem think that? Think about it. Vibe magazine, while influential, isn't the end-all be-all in determining hip-hop greatness. Krs One pointed out that Eminem himself would probably dismiss such accolades as just hype. And that's something to consider. Eminem has always been his harshest critic, focusing more on his craft than on titles. Krs One respects that about him. He even said, but Eminem is dope, man. That new record, the writing of that is brilliant. I'm never going to say anything derogatory about Eminem because I respect him. Krs One's advice to Eminem was clear. KRS even said, don't live up to none of that hype. Just do you. Focus on your rhyme writing. Focus on your lyric delivery. That's it. Nothing else matters. This is advice not just for Eminem, but for all artists out there. In an industry full of distractions and pressures, staying true to your craft is powerful. It's a message that resonates deeply, especially in today's music scene where the chase for clout often overshadows integrity. Krs One's respect for Eminem is clear, but his critique of the media and his role in shaping public opinion about who's the best is equally important. He's reminding us that hip-hop's roots are in the streets, in the communities that birthed the culture, not in magazines. This brings us to a critical point about authenticity in hip-hop. Krs One's message to Eminem to stay true to himself and focus on his craft is a reminder to all artists about the importance of authenticity. Hip-hop has always been about expressing your truth, your reality, and your experiences. It's a culture that values realness over hype, substance over style. I think Eminem embodies this message perfectly. Let's give a quick breakdown of his story. Eminem, aka Marshall Mathers, came up in the Detroit rap scene, a predominantly black community where he had to prove himself every step of the way. His rise to fame wasn't handed to him. He fought for it with his lyrical ability and relentless work ethic. Eminem's story is one of overcoming adversity and defying expectations. He broke through the barriers and stereotypes, not just as a white rapper, but as a truly gifted MC whose skills transcended race. His impact on hip-hop is undeniable, and his influence can be seen in countless artists who came after him. But as we all know, with success comes scrutiny. Eminem has faced criticism from various corners, including those who believe his success is largely due to his skin color. This is where the conversation gets complex. Yes, being white in a predominantly black genre has its advantages in terms of marketability, but to reduce Eminem's success solely to his race is to ignore his talent and contributions to the culture. Krs One's advice to Eminem to focus on craft and not get caught up in the hype is wisdom. It's easy to get lost in the noise, especially when you're as successful as Eminem. The accolades, the criticisms, the expectations, they all can be very overwhelming. But at the end of the day, what matters most is the music and the message behind it. Eminem's response to his critics has always been through his music. He addresses the issues head on, often with a level of honesty that's rare in this industry. And let's not forget the impact of Eminem's music on his fans. His lyrics have resonated with millions of people around the world. Eminem's music has provided a voice for those who feel unheard, and that's a powerful thing. Now let's circle back to Krs One's thoughts on the media's role in shaping public opinion. The debate over who's the greatest rapper is as old as hip-hop itself. Everyone has their favorites, and those preferences are often influenced by many different factors, including the media. Vibe magazine's 2008 Best Rapper Alive tournament was a prime example of how media can stir the pot and fuel debates. Eminem winning that title was a big deal, but as Krs One pointed out, it's just one publication's opinion. It's not the definitive answer. Personally, I definitely think Eminem is in the conversation for Best Rapper Alive. Lyrically, he put it down his whole career, so I don't even think about his race in regards to that. Krs One gave him some wisdom though that I'm sure he took with him. Some people looked at this interview as Krs One hating on Eminem, but I think he was just speaking honestly and giving advice from one legend to another. So what do y'all think about Krs One's take on Eminem? Do you agree with his perspective on Eminem, or do you think he got it all wrong and Eminem is in fact the best rapper alive? Leave your comments down below. Krs One isn't the only hip-hop pioneer to be critical of Eminem. Melly Mel, of course, has some unpopular thoughts as well. Click the video on the screen to hear Tony Yayo's response to that. And make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified every time I post. Peace.